Entering into the void where you last left off, you had encountered a city that was not exactly the best city. In preparation, you all disguised yourselves and headed inside, just trying to figure out things about some people's past, dealing with the present, and perhaps fixing the future. Cerulean met her sister, Zold did Zold, and more or less, uh, while they didn't fix anything in the immediate, they at least know where she is. Morthos encountered a few surprises, whereas Q told him that people might or might not be looking for them. Uh, in disguise, you met up with these said individuals, and, well, it seemed weird. You never really figured out what exactly was going on there until much, much later. Ray, in the meantime, did discover a few other things and even went back to her old school where she still needs to collect money to, well, finish up her doctorate slash continue on her education. But in doing so, you did discover a few new things as well as a few other tidbits that I am not sure if you remember, because honestly, in my notes, they are very, very vague. All the while, Q managed to blow up her house with the help of her companions, take succession order from her now estranged brother, and basically outcast them from the capital. Found the hidden hideout cavern system, and met a very interesting Candleman. Slash Fight Club. That aside, and everything winding up, you did all manage to find two children that may or may not need your help, but without really exploring it, you decided to help them regardless of what was truly going on. It's not as if they were in a good situation to begin with, but you never really figured out, well, that situation. But you did manage to get them out of a place where they were being used to create abominations as well as help with this strange engine machine underwater. You extracted them, and Zold figured out that a strange pumpkin creature had more to it than you realized. Discerning that the creature underneath the water, well, you have yet to figure that one out too. There's a lot of questions and not a lot of answers. Most of the team got out back into Roanoke, but Q decided to hang out at her house in case she needed to call everyone back in. And this is where you left off, with more questions than you had ever started with to begin with.
Yeah, we never get answers. Just more questions. Personally, I Phil.
Well,
Personally, what?
Personally, I blame Phil for that.
Yeah, fair.
I believe Zold did get some information when he was babysitting the kids, but I'll let them decide what they decide to do with it. And you can also just ask Phil specifics now that you have specifics. Oh, wait, Star isn't there. That would be weird. So,
Nah, she's just so weird that she breaks through the dimensions and just walks in. Oh yeah, you forgot to pay me last time.
okay. Zold's gun safety logic as well as my information sorted aside, most of the team does find themselves back in the meeting room. Civ currently taking care of the kids, Phil making sure that no one is dead, and the rest of the team doing mountains of paperwork like they normally do. Is there anything you're doing before you attempt to head back into the city?
So, did we get a long rest and spend some time here?
Did you decide to do so?
I thought I remembered talking to you about going down and spending the night in one of those magic caves.
I remember you talking about it, but nothing was like ever stated specifically.
I'm pretty sure we were discussing that right at the end.
Yeah, I remember you guys discussing it, but nothing was ever told. If you guys did, that's perfectly fine. It'll just be the next morning.
Yay, next morning.
Because I want to go down to one of them, the slush or ethereal one, I guess.
Is it one you've passed before?
Yeah.
Okay, then you should be fine. You don't need to make a roll. You just need to be there for the extended long rest. Morthos, do you do the same?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing the one for the bull tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Strength one.
What about you, Zold?
For the long rest.
Yes. Are you gonna sleep in a cave or sleep in a bed?
He's a ranger. Of course he's going to sleep in the cave.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I mean, technically, isn't her home a cave?
I mean, yes, but there's also beds.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Well,
Uh,
technically,
Yeah,
her
having the athletics double proficiency was super useful, so I'm probably gonna try and keep that.
Okay. Most of the team does sleep in a cave system. It does weaken the rest of them down, but it does strengthen the one that you slept in. That doesn't mean they're currently gone, but the more you don't refill it, the more than likely it's going to simply just disappear one day.
So, do I need to spend 8 hours in there, or just a long rest for me?
What would be
So
equivalent of a
long
long rest to the body that you currently possess?
Okay, so if it's just a long rest, could I do my trance in one and then go and do it in the other too?
It all depends if Zold and Morthos decide to take the entire 8 hours or just take the minimum 6.
You know, if we need to wait 2 more hours for Raishiana to finish their beauty sleep, I think that's okay.
Okay. 8 hours later, Ray cheating the system and going into 2 caves at once. That just means that you'll likely have it permanent before anyone else. Does manage to go to sleep, come back here. Zold babysits, Morthos comes back. Maybe. Do you go to the graveyard? Or do you just come back? After speaking with Star. You don't have to. I just assumed you always go to the graveyard whenever you get a chance.
I would
Stopped
go.
after finding out who her father was.
To be fair, we've been spending a lot more time outside of the city,
Wait.
town.
I miss a lot of information.
I will go to the graveyard this time just to check in,
Okay.
see how she's doing.
Star basically, it might be a long day for you, but beforehand, Morthos always went to the graveyard.
Oh, right. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all
Forgot.
good. It is all good. I archived that map. Let's see if I can at least find the token. Oh, it'll be interesting actually this time around. Let's see, I believe she was a satyr. So let's go with animal, fae, folk. Entering into the graveyard, you do encounter a strange sensation around you. Forming no real epicenter, but forming around the graveyard itself, you do find and encounter the woman that you've met beforehand. While young and quirky, she doesn't seem to be at ease this time, rather than calmness, rather than a sudden ease to her feelings as you normally feel beforehand, where she herself calms the very nature spirits themselves. There's a tension this time.
Kind of just scan the graveyard, see if I notice anything odd.
Examining the graveyard, you
And-
can discern, based off of just your past perception, unless you want to roll. Currently, there are no zombie creatures, no spirits coming out from the woodwork. This is unusual, in which case that it is not unusual for most graveyards.
Okay, I will approach her. And is everything okay?
Approaching her, you do manage to catch her off guard, which is surprising once more. She does turn to you and go, "Oh, yes, everything's fine. I didn't expect you to be here, though."
No, spirits or anything around, which is
Oh.
unusual here.
I mean, right now I'm just trying to make sure that everything's fine.
I don't believe you.
Are you trying to sway her into actually telling you, or are you just saying, "I don't believe you"?
I will try to persuade her.
Okay. 18, that's actually pretty good, especially against this person.
Charisma-based character.
Okay, for some reason I can't find her character sheet or her token. Maybe I archived those too, but that doesn't sound like me. Whatever, I'll just find another satyr. That's fine. But coming back to her senses, she does notice that you are not really, unfortunately for her, backing down in this conversation. So with that, she simply states, "Well, I thought this would happen sooner or later, but I didn't imagine it to happen so soon. Right now I'm just trying to make sure that the tear doesn't get any wider, especially not if I loosen it sometimes."
What tear?
Well, I'm not sure if you're aware of the event that happened half a year ago. I think in game time it was half a year at this point. Where there came about strange creatures from who knows where, but some people died, others simply thought of it as a rumor. But people did witness it from time to time. She's asking a question like if you know or not.
What I know, I can't.
The events that preceded this actual campaign was that various tears / portals opened inside of your own reality, which in case let loose a few, let's call them abominations. Some people died and others simply vanished. Others still simply did not appear. There were eyewitness accounts of strange creatures coming about moments or hours later. And yes, as people are pinging, SCPs did come about into your world for one reason or another. This is likely the event that she's talking about. I'm just going to use her because she's close enough. It's not like you're actually in the graveyard right now.
Right. Well, yeah,
How
my
nature-y.
part of my backstory is that my patron sent me to help with that situation.
Yes.
So yeah, I would know about that.
Well, It's one of the events that allowed me to escape the place I was before. But it also allowed me to funnel some of the energy that it left behind, allowing me to speak and commune with creatures beyond normal grasp. To make it simple, I can create portals into the very soul of people, or bring about the life that once lived. It's limited, but it can also be part of the greater tear that is currently breaking through.
Does anyone else outside of the two of us know you have this ability?
She shakes her head. I mainly just keep to myself and not wander about. I mean, just look at me. You just see a plain, pretty, like Ray said, kind of young in this portrait, because I can't find the other one. Girl. So I just tend not to go around and poke into cities.
Okay, now I feel very uncomfortable leaving her on her own.
But this time it's not a tiefling, okay? But yeah, that's what she tells you.
She's got horns. Don't matter if she's tiefling as long as she got horns. This thing.
Whatever.
She's basically the Fey version of a tiefling.
Right.
I guess. But she does tell you this information. That there's a giant, or at least larger tear that is currently trying to break through, and she's trying not to use her gift in order to help. Oh, found her. They do not look at all the same.
No. What was her name again? Wasn't it Shar?
I believe so.
Yeah. Oshar.
Going
Okay,
back in my
I
notes.
I remember that name.
Yes,
That
Shar.
name being-
So, Shar, with what you're telling me, well, I'm actually employed by people to deal with these portals and situations that come from the portals. Hence the creatures and whatnot. If you have some type of ability that deals with that, I feel that you should really talk with them. If you have information that can help them. Because we're trying to stop all these portals from opening into our world.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll persuasion. And only because you've been so friendly to her. Normally, you would not get this chance.
Ugh!
And now you never get it again.
Ever.
And
Uh,
I just closed my character sheet.
not for us for today. No. You just basically say, hey, well, to her, it's like, hey, come join, or at least help out these people that may or may not know what's going on. They could probably help you, but right now they're just studying it. It doesn't seem like a great proposition. It's not as if you like spat her in her face, grabbed her hair, and dragged her here. You got a natural one, but I'm not gonna be that mean, because that'd be weird for your character. But she just doesn't currently, because it's not such a strong persuasion. She just doesn't feel like you were able to help. Ray might be correct.
I think we have.
I mean, you did it to the hag,
Egypt lady.
Egypt lady.
Yeah. I don't think it was too hard with Egypt lady because after her employer died, she had no one to pay her.
Or a way to
So
get
she was
back.
kind of willing to. Yeah, so she was just kind of willing to jump sides right then and there.
Yeah. But you're basically the only friend she has, so she does state, if you want to bring people here, I'll be here for a while. I can't exactly go out hunting right now. But right now I don't feel comfortable going with you.
All right. I'm gonna take out some of my rations because, I have 18 rations in my frickin' bag of holding. Don't know why I bought so many.
In the other campaign, you're currently making sure you eat rations or else you die.
Right. Well, I mean, we're in a city in this campaign, like
Yeah,
every
rations
other
are a
second.
thing,
Of the time.
but not really. As long as
So
you're
I'll
innocent,
give
you're
her-
fine.
I'll give her some rations so she doesn't have to venture too far.
All right, she only kills or consumes whenever she needs to, so she never really has anything to spare. So this does actually help.
I'm actually giving her 5, right? Yeah. So 5 rations.
Okay, adding that to my notes. All right, she does thank you.
I may be back shortly after I speak with my friends and see what their take on. I'm not going to mention your heritage or anything. That is a secret best kept away from everyone.
I suppose that's true. After all, who would believe, basically the daughter of a devil going about and not killing people? Clearly, this must be a trap from some succubus.
I mean,
And she
though
feigns scary movement gestures.
yeah, but I mean, we have met a demon that was actually very friendly and very helpful and didn't kill people.
She just raises the most heavy eyebrow.
Long story. I'll explain it later. For now, I'm going to go speak with my companions and see if they'll come so you can explain the tear and how you are trying to help.
She nods.
At which point, so I'll leave the grave and I will actually go to track down everyone wherever they're at.
Okay, putting her in GM later for now. Everyone comes back and meets here.
Except me. I'm
Except
still
Q.
in the capital.
She's in her house with a candle.
Drinking, with Wick.
Dad's private collection.
Do what? Sorry?
Drinking Dad's private collection.
Oh, yeah, right.
I mean, he isn't gonna drink it.
Yeah, so I'll just use that and ask Zold to step over with the rest of the group.
All right. Zol does not.
Excuse myself from my child sitting.
So, gonna kind of just look over and make sure they're occupied with the children. So we have a bit of a situation.
Another
How
one?
is this different from normal?
This is gonna be a fun one. So you guys know how I wander off at night when we're here in Roanoke.
No.
Oh, you probably don't. But
Cyrilian also states, not even once. I thought you just had to do things.
you might find it odd, but I actually spend time in the graveyard.
She does not find it odd.
Well, her of all people probably wouldn't.
She
But
spends time in the tour, so
You know,
there's someone that's been there. Her name's Sharp. So I'm going to explain the whole situation about the terror and how she is helping.
or at the very least, not making it worse.
Yeah, not making it worse, I guess, would be a better way to state it. So she has some aspect in this. I asked her to come here. She didn't feel comfortable. You know, those natural ones. So, but I did point
No,
you
it kind
out
of sounds
to
like
know
she's a
this.
therapist.
I can assure you that she is not.
Zolt kind of laughs, clearly having been joking. But if she is as connected to all of this as she says she is, and you believe her, then yes, I think we should see her as fast as possible.
yes, I was just thinking that Zold would probably be interested in seeing this tear, and I of course would like to see if there's anything we could do about it.
All right. I did let her know I was coming to meet with you, and we might be back shortly. So I guess we should head over to the graveyard.
Okay. Is anyone going to inform Q what you're doing?
What time is it?
It's early morning, early to bed, early to rise.
Does Q have a hangover?
Most likely, probably.
Is she within range for our bracelet?
For Phil's network system, she is, but not for your bracelet specifically.
I'll just use a sending spell to let her know that something has come up and we might be delayed a little bit.
All right.
Yeah. Fine. I'm going back to sleep.
And then go back to sleep.
Yep.
You probably hear snoring midway of that sentence.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys head out towards the graveyard.
Sounds like that was the plan.
Yep. So I'll leave them probably, since I am, I guess, technically friends with her.
Mm-hmm. So, you lead pressing forwards. Do you like come in and then say, "Hey, meet my friends," or do you all just come in at once?
I imagine we all come in at once.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you all come in at once without too much of an issue, no one's like blocking your path to the graveyard. Who would block a path to a graveyard?
Me.
I mean, maybe you.
Shut up.
That's technically a werebear, but you never met him.
Has any of us ever stepped in this area?
Zold once.
Yeah, I think Zold went in there when we locked something in there.
But in the meantime, The gang enters into the graveyard. Morthos, you see Shar. From behind, she is currently still trying to keep it together, trying to not use her gifts, and trying to not tear the fabric of reality. Man, I'm gonna be so annoyed if you call me out on this. But to the rest of you, you see something more like this.
I don't know, it still looks like it has horns.
Yeah, I knew you would call me out on it. But for all intents and purposes, that is Shar's true. Well, not true form. Morthos can actually see how she truly is. Her physical form, not so clear.
Marthos.
Hmm?
That's a godforsaken demon.
It's a female. It's a person.
Absolutely not. That's. We've seen things like that in literal hell, Marthos.
That's kind of rude.
Ray's gonna use Lesser Restoration on Morthos.
Nothing happens.
What was that about, Ray?
Oh, you seem to be suffering from some kind of issue regarding what you're seeing, so I was trying to help.
Morthos, you don't have a stomach ache anymore, but that's about it.
I didn't have a stomach ache to begin with.
Exactly.
Okay, so I think I understand what's going on here. The magic I'm provided by my patron allows me to see things slightly different than what others do.
Thinking back on the Candleman, yes.
I can see things slightly different too, but I mean, I can give that a go.
Well, it's the factor, like with Wick. I'm able to see the celestial soul still in him. Perhaps what you see is something different than what I see. I might see her as her true self.
I'm going insane. I keep losing shit.
So basically, Morthos' graveyard buddy does not look like how Morthos thought.
Huh? Doesn't bother me.
I mean, it shouldn't. They're still the same person. They just look
Right.
different.
Either way, Shar.
Turning back to you, she has been speaking common. She doesn't change into Inferno. She just goes back to speaking common, but it's just weird to everyone else. I'm not going to change to my voice because I don't feel like making it so deep. But, I'm going to just use the voice I used last night.
I must have missed it.
Oh, Morthos. Are these your friends?
Yeah, apparently they see you differently than I do.
Yeah, and apparently I forgot to switch the voice. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I know you a little bit better, so that's not surprising.
Apparently you look like a completely just demonic creature to them.
She chuckles. I mean, kinda.
Well, I mean, I understand you are one, but I don't know. Anyway, these are the companions I was telling you about, and go through and introduce each of them. Everyone, this is Shar. She's the one trying not to screw anything else up with the terror.
You can tell that Char, while demonic, hasn't gone to try to consume Morthos' soul. She does look like in pain, though. She might have a stomachache. Probably not. Probably something worse. But she does look towards you all. Oh, hi.
Are you all right? You seem to be unwell.
I've been better. But don't let that bother you. Martha said you wanted to speak about something, like helping.
It was something of the sort. He said you had information about the tear.
She does nod. Yeah. Roughly over half a year ago, I escaped through one of the tears. But I did manage to acquire some of their gifts. So now I can make, like, small portals here and there, but nothing too major. But there's something even bigger. Breaking through.
You said their gifts. Who's there? Whose gifts?
I'm not sure exactly, but I'm assuming the bigger thing that's trying to break through. From what I can tell, it's not that far away, but it's far enough away that I can't actually touch it. But if I continue to help, it'll basically make a small fissure point to allow it to tear more easily. For some reason, it's been more active and a lot stronger now.
Is that
A
how
lot
recent-
stronger now.
How recent has that started?
Over 2 weeks ago.
So about the same time that we arrived at the capital.
No, you only arrived like half a week ago.
Sorry, not the time we arrived, but the time that the engineers and whatnot and the dam thing started.
Yes. Like a little before that, but yes.
I see.
Oh, sorry. I meant 2 months, not 2 weeks. But yes, the information that you have is correct.
Okay.
What do
My-
you think
my
the odds are
hypothesis.
that the Chaos Insurgency is involved?
Non-zero. Though this Anderson's Limited License Incorporated are not above suspicion either. If I describe to Shar the thing that we saw in the bubble that is definitely not 682,
Mm-hmm.
does that match the thing that she feels is breaking through?
She shakes her head no. No, it's bigger. A lot bigger.
If I describe the amorphous wall of flesh and eyes that I saw,
It feels the same, but if I had to guess, that's just a portion of what this thing is. Maybe some type of avatar of itself? Greater deities sometimes bring out avatars to do their bidding for them.
Do you have any idea how close it is to breaking through?
The only thing I know is that it has various seals, but the seals are being broken. That's why I feel the way I feel now.
how many seals do you think there are?
I'm not sure, but at least 3 that I felt. I'm probably gonna have to give up this gift in order to make sure I don't feel this pain again.
The gift is causing you pain?
The gift is tying me a lot stronger to this thing than it normally would be. Basically, I went through a portal and stole this gift. If I needed to run away, to hide, I wanted to make sure I was able to, but in doing so, the sensation that I feel now is a lot closer than I would want it to be.
Do you have any reasons for wanting to keep this gift?
To run away in case someone found me.
You can't do that on your own already?
I'd rather not resort to violence if I can help it. I do hunt, but only out of necessity. It's just weird, by the way, like, hearing this conversation from a demon. It sounds more like a druid than anything else. It's still weird. But yeah, come up with some questions and we'll get back to this. Because I think Q has been waiting long enough. Q, you're in, let's see, Orphanage Bar, Capital House, Bishop. There we go. Changing the tone. I think this is somber. Fair enough, right? But Q, you managed to get some rest. Unfortunately, Ray kind of woke you up a lot earlier than you wanted. You did get plenty of sleep, but man, are you sore? But you do see that Wick did not leave the compound site. He's just currently still brewing more tea and coffee. You can tell that they really don't have a lot to do in this city.
Okay.
You come in, he already has a cup of joe for you. I think you took the coffee last time, so he assumes you drink coffee.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. Q will take the coffee, and then proceed to the desk and start reading some of the books,
Okay.
just to get more information on what went down in this little basement on of the house.
Grabbing one of the books, you can tell that it is a banking ledger. Estimated amounts go into thousands quantities of gold in various booking measurements. You can tell that this is likely a laundering book that you currently have in your possession. The names themselves don't have any actual, like, house of blah 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 in the order of blank, who hereby is bequeathed to blank. It's more like C paid this amount to bet on this, and this is how much they lost, this is how much they gained.
Right.
And do you look at another book or continue through this bank statement, laundry book?
Well, I'm gonna give him a good every book get that read, so I'll finish through the ledger.
Going through the ledger, you can tell that there's roughly 5 names five letter brackets familiar to you. Over and over again, they do seem to pop up. While no names are given, one more or less could be the symbol or the, I forget, the first and last name of the Phoenix family. The first and last name of the Costers. I think that was me spelling casters wrong. No, Costers. Weird. First and last name of I don't know if you remember it, but the lieutenant in the Knight Order that I mentioned beforehand.
I don't remember his name, but I remember you mentioning one of the lieutenants, the one that has a higher rank than me.
Correct.
Yeah, I
He's-
remember being mentioned, but I don't remember his name.
Yeah. Him and his family insignia's name possibly are in the ledger itself. Nothing concrete, but you do find those names. You find 2 others, but they're so low ranking that it's possible that they are just trying to move up in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Another book that you begin to read seems to have detailed notes of who could use magic within the city that is not part of the school. They seem to have names marked, crossed off, and marked with an O. Do you like... You can go ahead and roll history for me to indicate this information.
Me?
Oh, no, sorry. Q.
Sorry, I totally spaced out. I didn't hear the last part. The last part I heard was the lieutenant guy. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Roll history. Currently, you found a mage
Okay.
book.
I apologize, Dogma.
It's all good. We all have those days. From what you can tell, the X's, the circles, and the check marks are indicating marks of either they're dead, they're alive, or they're being investigated.
Okay.
None of these names in the mage book are part of the school. Mages are hard to find in this capital city that are human, and all the names currently in this ledger are human. Names, well, stereotypical human names. There's a Bob, there's a Jim, there's a Sally, Mary Jane. There's no
Billy
Quibliff.
Bob, Joe John.
There's also the high mage Billy Ray. But
His daughter's really good at transformation magic.
I believe that is transmutation. And yes, Ray, I just didn't want to... No copyright. But besides that, this is a mage book for human mages. The rest of the books seem to be simple... well, not simple. They are expensive books, but what a noble would carry. Book about how to speak the Undercommon language. Book about how to speak the Drow language. Oh, wait, that's
I'm gonna
Undercommon.
Yeah, I'm gonna take all the language books, and then I'll eventually learn all these languages.
There is Undercommon, Common, Sylvan,
I know Sylvan.
Elven, Celestial, Primordial, and one that looks like a language book, but when you open it, it has no words and no title or cover page.
Alright, I'll
It does
definitely take
feel
that
magical,
one.
more or less. It doesn't feel normal when you hold it onto it, that's for sure.
I'll take the that one. I'll take the Undercommon, the Elf, and the Celestial one, because I know the other. I know Primal and Sylvan.
Okay.
Excuse me, comment. I did not mean to burp into my mic. I apologize.
Other than that, you do find a storybook for children, old legends and lores of your land, or the land in general, not just like the land that you own. Creature books. I'm afraid Braille is not in this repertoire. It might be in your school though.
Any thieves? Any thieves can't. How to read thieves can't, or understand thieves can't when people are speaking it or doing it. Because
Currently,
it's secretive.
no, but more than likely you could find a name within the ledger, for like the bookkeeping, to have them teach you. Thieves' Cant isn't usually written down, or else you'll likely die.
Right. Yeah. Because you're not allowed to. Like technically, they're not allowed to teach anybody else.
You basically can't write the entire language down. You can write symbols, symbology, but nothing so
Right.
finite that someone can easily translate the entire language. Good idea,
Alright.
but a thief would easily die from that.
I'll just keep drinking the coffee as I've been reading through all these.
All right. Take like a quick 5 minute, because I need to give my cat his medicine, and the doorbell just rang. I'll be right back.
Sorry guys if I'm a little spaced out. I apologize.
No problem.
Lots going on right now. Hunts and Akios know a little bit, but because I had to cancel my game for a little bit. Monday, Ray, my wife, called my mother and said she wanted a divorce, and she hadn't been home for about 2 weeks. So I'm dealing with that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then she caused a commotion this afternoon. Had to call the cops. And so I haven't been getting much sleep, and so I'm a little tired right now.
Yeah, with all that going on, I don't blame you.
I'm looking at my character sheet, and I have Channel Divinity turn undead 3 times on my feats and traits for some reason. I honestly don't know what else to do here at my place other on in the game. I'm talking what to do other than wait for you guys to get back, because all I know is I got that little ball. I think mechanically tonight, like time wise in the game time, it's tonight. Shit. I didn't. Do y'all remember if I told a Dogma that I moved that statue down here? I know
I remember you
talked
talking
about
with them about it.
I can't remember if I had said I know I wanted to move it, but I can't remember if you said that it was fine or not.
And I'm back.
Hey, Dogma, real quick. You know that statue you said I found where I found Wick?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I did. Didn't I move that here into the underground section of my house?
Yes, you did. That's why. That's why I
Okay.
said sorry. What is the best facsimile for that statue? I'll just go with this one.
Okay. Oh, I need to find out a way to get a hold of people. Get a hold of them. The Weeping Angels, yes. I need to get a hold of my friends. Let's see. Clerics don't know the message skill openly, do they?
They, not openly, but they could probably have someone there. They could also perhaps use, I was about to say divine retribution, but that's not what I was speaking of. Like, have some type of connection with their god and commune in order for them to deliver a message.
Do I have guards at the house now since I've taken over? Have guards come, or do I need to hire them?
I believe you
Like-
just basically had the prince deal with your house staffing issue.
That's what I'm saying. Is there anybody here new?
Uh,
that heard-
while the robots are still constructing your house, they're just finishing it off. Because I think you wanted to speak with one about the whole lift needing 3 or more people to open it.
Yeah, change it to where it only
There
takes
are
one.
just two standard no-name guards that have been hired to make sure no one else burned your house.
I'll send one off with a message to see if he can. What was that noble name that came with the entertainer girl that I sent here?
Oh, I think you know her first name, Alana.
I'll send him to go find her if she's not at the orphanage, to inquire for her at her house,
Okay.
her family's house. To come over to the bishop, ask her to come over to the bishop estate, and then I will talk with the I'll talk with the robot fixing the house about the way to get into the basement quick or easy.
All right. Well, then they state. Well, you send up the guard to go and to speak with Alana. You speak with the robot guard, and they simply state, No, I'm not gonna change my voice.
The robot guard.
Nah, I'm gonna do it. Well then, if you like assistance from Anderson Robotics to make sure that your household is able to be repaired and transmuted, more funding would be required.
How much?
The estimated amount for a new enchantment doorway would be 1,200 gold.
What was that? I didn't hear it. You cut out, man.
1,200 gold.
Okay. It wasn't that the voice is just like you cut out on my end. Sorry.
I could have just been too far away from the mic. But yeah,
Okay, I'll pay the 1,200 gold.
I think this caps your money for the week.
No, I still have 4,000. I still have 4,700.
Oh wow, I am surprised. But they continue. Very well then, it will be done in 2, 4, 5, 9, 6 hours. Based on how they said it, it likely means 2 hours, 45 minutes, and 92 seconds.
Alright.
It's just the way they speak. It's kind of annoying, like the robots that you've met, but you know.
Right.
And they get to work. Soon, not too soon after. It does take them some time. They do come back with a missive indicating that they will arrive within the hour. Is there anything they need to bring? They do, however, give you an envelope with a small piece of paper. Do you open it, or do you go back down into the not sewer system, where Wick is, and open it there? Or
Yeah, that's
the other room where Wick isn't, but still in the same area, and open it there.
that is now officially my office, so I'm going to my office.
Okay. Do you kick him out, or do you not care?
No, he's good.
Okay. You open it, and it seems to have a red card, simply enough, and inside it does state, the card here, you just write a message down, and it will transmute whatever information you place upon it. Wick looks at it and goes, "Oh, that's so weird. I have stuff just like that. I wonder where she got hers."
So what exactly does it do? Sorry, I was confused. What were you saying?
Wick does state, "It's like a message spell. You just have to write it down on the piece of paper."
Oh. Okay. I'll basically write out to uh, Ray that the current king is throwing a ball at my request. Need help soon.
All right. He does look at the piece. Well, he doesn't like look at the message, but he does look at it and he goes, it's like the message spell. So unless you're in the city, it probably won't transmute. If you want, I can give you a piece of paper that I have.
Oh. Just go further than the city.
Yes.
Yes, if you don't mind.
Comes over and hands you a blue piece of paper.
I'll pocket the red piece.
You erase what you
And-
wrote and pocket it. That's fine.
Yeah. I'll then send the same message with that to Ray.
All right. After you send them, write down the message. It just says, just rip it up, and the message will transmute.
Alright. And rip.
You rip it, and in an instant, Ray, you do hear the message, but first a yawn for some reason.
Sorry.
It's all
I'm
good.
trying my best. I apologize.
It is fine. But yes, Ray, you do get that message, and you do have a sentence to respond. It's not in the immediate, but you can respond within the immediate if you just so desire.
What time do you need us there?
Fuck. Hey,
You would have put it on there. Your
Okay,
character would have
yeah.
been smart enough. It is for later tonight around 9 p.m. The doors would be open at 8, but the ball and gala would be held at 9.
and I'll send. Wait, do you have another one?
Sure!
I can pay you for these. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's fine. I have enough. He
Okay.
brings out 15 pieces of paper. That might be enough
Okay.
for him. He probably doesn't talk with a lot of people.
Right.
Hand you one more.
I'll write on the papers like, I know you. Send me message when you're on the way. I will have a guard waiting for you to bypass customs.
Alright, I'll let the others know. That's the reply I'll send back.
All right, you'll let the others know. Is the message you get back?
And I'll let the others know what I just heard from Q.
Okay, I'm gonna say this is like the walk towards the graveyard, or else this be a weird conversation.
But when what's her noble family name gets here, I forgot. Elena, is that what you said her name was?
Oh, my bad, I screwed up on her name. I just looked at her character sheet. Anna.
Anna.
She looked like this.
When she, yeah, I need to talk with her whenever get the chance.
Okay, like around the time where everyone comes in to the graveyard site, is when like right around now where they're currently at is when she arrived. She's not down here, but I'm just leaving her here for when that happens. Going
Right,
back to go ahead.
Just to let you know, I'm not gonna let her come down here. This is
Yeah. This is merely
I
me being lazy.
I also tell them while they're working on the way to get down here to set up a system to alert me if I'm down here that somebody's up above here wanting to come in.
I mean, currently the doorway, in order for them to mess with it, does need to be open.
That's
so
fine,
they can
but-
just come back down here, tell her to wait by the door, and then you just come up.
Right.
There's no need to make an intrinsic. Knock 3 times if there's someone getting closer. Knock 5 times if they're at the door. And knock 10 times if the defenses have been breached. No, it's blank here. Yeah, let me go get them. They go get you, and then you come to them.
Right. Darn. I wanted to have a cool little alert system. Fine then.
I mean, they're robots, so they can make the car alarm sound. I guess.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay. Going back to the graveyard. Not graveyard.
Graveyard, but not graveyard.
I didn't anticipate you guys coming back so soon, so I archived it, okay? Anyways. Entering inside... Oh, well, wait. Wrong passage. So far, you do figure out a few new things, and... Well, did you come up with any questions you'd like to ask? From the strange creature beyond the stars?
I've never seen Zold so speechless.
I have a few questions. I just don't. I have questions, but I don't know how to ask them.
I mean, you can say them out loud, and then we can like help you workshop them how your character would say it.
Can you tell where these tears are going to manifest?
She does shake her head. Sometimes, not all of them, but I can sense when something's about to open. Or when something's trying to break through.
Is it any sized tears, or is it mostly just large ones?
On occasion I can sense something about the size of the palm of my hand, but it's generally something more bigger than that. Like the size of a humanoid or bigger. But if it's some sort of sprite from the Feywild or some strange ghost aberration, unless I'm focusing on it, sometimes these happen naturally, so I don't know when it happens naturally.
So these rifts, they open to different places, not just one specific place?
From what I can tell, when I got here, the initial rift system that manifested opened to various places. Now it seems to be honed in and focused. Well, more or less, how should I say, trying to be suppressed in one specific area.
Where's that at?
I'm not sure where the other side is, but it's not a place that usually opens up to this plane of existence. And I really don't get out that much, so I'm not sure most places, if I'm going to be honest.
Sorry, I need to confirm just how sensitive your sense is. So I'll step to the side, I'll throw a punch and teleport 10 feet. Did you feel that?
A few seconds before you did it, but yes. Like, if I had to guess, when the thought and ability crosses your mind is when I can sense something beginning to mess with the fabric of reality. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Let me try something else. And I'm gonna think about teleporting really hard, and I'm even gonna throw a punch, but I'm not actually gonna teleport.
I don't know what's with people and the door. I'll be right back.
This is the Scott Pilgrim strategy.
Okay, I'm back. When you do that, she shakes her head no. I'm afraid you actually need to have the intent to do it rather than the ability to.
I see. When I did it the first time, was there two feelings or just one?
Uh, if there were two, I only felt one.
Did you feel it from the entrance or from where I came out from?
Oh, sorry. The feeling and sensation is from the side that one would appear, not their location from where they're coming from.
Okay.
But if there's no true intent or desire, I can't feel a presence or an opening.
Everyone, I think we need to take this individual to the capital with us. We might be able to use her to pinpoint where everything is at, as it's so. We've narrowed it down a little, given, but it could definitely help.
Well, she'll definitely need a disguise of some sort.
Yeah, luckily, they don't really know my face, so I can give up my disguise.
At that point, Zen does state, I mean, you can. Well, I didn't think it'd come up, but I kind of only rented them for a week, so we need to make sure we get it back.
Yeah, we can give them back, of course, or renew the rent.
I mean, there was a back order. I kind of spent a lot to put us in the front. We just need to make sure that the hat. Oh wait, it's a scarf. That the scarf doesn't get burnt up or lost or stolen, or else.
You need it to not burn up, and you gave it to me.
She herself also does chuckle. But she does state, well, I kind of don't have a lot of money anymore, so I just need to make sure it comes back.
How much did it cost to get us moved to the front of that line?
About half of what I had left. She doesn't give you a number. She specifically does not give you a number. But if we lose one, I have to pay the entire amount. All this equates to is that you need to make sure that you get it back from Shar. That's all this means.
Right.
Ask how much the entire amount is.
She does not say.
Looks like
Well, in game she would go, "Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. I had it covered."
That seems odd. What incentive do we have to return the rest if we lose one of them?
Well, she then states, it wasn't a very good store that I went to. They had high marked up prices, but it was the only place I could find so many items in short notice.
oh no, did she go to the guy?
She went to the guy, yes.
The guy, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah,
Does
we'll
he
just
have
get we'll
something
just get
on
it
him?
back.
Do we need to go deal with this person?
Zenda state, I'm afraid if, she puts up her quotes, deal with this person, it breaches the contract and I could be, executed.
Why would you sign this?
Yes, this doesn't sound above board at all.
Cerealian also shakes her head no. I mean, I thought we would need them.
I mean, they've been
Well,
useful.
we
but
do, but
And when I went to Sarah, she said she could make me some, but it would take 2 months. But yeah, probably don't want to go to that store. You know this for sure. Pretty sure you knew that before this.
that place is gonna get disappeared and it'll look like an accident.
Yeah. But honestly, you just need to remember that Shar has a scarf and you need to get it back. That's all Sen is saying.
So, I'll give Shar my scarf.
Okay. She'll just change to the token she normally looks like, so everyone notices a difference, except for Morthos.
Where we're going, even that may not be acceptable. They're rather, they don't like anyone that's not human.
Oh, I mean, she just like gestures towards Zen, towards Morthos, towards you.
Yes, we all had to use disguises as well,
Oh,
and Ray will switch to hers.
I mean, okay. And she'll change. Do you specifically tell her not to change into a tiefling, like Zen keeps turning into?
Well, I mentioned they don't like anyone other than humans, so I hope you
That's fair.
get that.
Yeah, I should probably just turn into a human then. Humanoid human. Oh, I forgot it was my largest file, so it's gonna take forever to load. Eventually, she does turn into a human. Let's just say that. I haven't used this one yet. More though, she looks the same to you. There we go. Finally popped up. She does state, though. Can I still use my name? Or should I use a different name?
Will anybody recognize it?
I should probably use a different name. I don't know, I'm just coming up with one now. I don't know, Paula.
Sure, Paula, it is.
The first name that came to mind, okay? But she does state, alright. I mean, as long as Marthos is there, I should be okay. I mean, no offense, but I don't really know the rest of you.
Yes,
enough.
fair enough. Well, if there's nothing else here, shall we be on our way back to the capital?
More than likely, Q's probably getting a little stir crazy.
I mean, I can probably make a tear, but it could be dangerous.
There's no need for that. I can cast a teleportation circle to get us there.
She nods.
Didn't you say that the more you use these tears, the more you can feel something coming through?
She also nods. And they can
Yes.
probably also sense me.
Yeah, let's have a hold on that.
She agrees. Zen, however, does look towards her. Paula, do you use the tears that often? Only when I need to get places, and there's no real way to get there. Basically, it's like a back door to anywhere I can think of, or I'm given a description well enough to get there. It's useful, but right now it's very... it's really dangerous. Half making a joke out of it, mainly because she's trying not to think about it. So, do you guys get there? Or travel to the port?
Well,
Punch Martha in
Is
the face?
everyone ready?
One time.
I'll owe you for that.
We saved 2 children.
Everyone put your disguises on, and I'll notify Q that we're coming, and then get the spell ready.
Oh, hang on. She comes back, goes into the forest, comes back. Okay, she hands Zold something. It seems like a leather... it seems like leather cloth, but there's something wrapped in it. It might help disguise yourself.
I'll unwrap it.
It is a disguise kit.
I will put on the fake glasses and large mustache at the nose.
Go ahead and roll. If you have the disguise kit proficiency, you can roll that. Otherwise, roll deception.
Yes. My Groucho Marx glasses. I'm feeling lucky. Perfect.
I
Not that lucky.
think Paula would have helped you because she has needed to disguise herself from time to time. I'll give you advantage. It's still pretty bad. So you basically have a mustache now. And maybe like pointed ears. If someone looked at it, they could probably tell that they're fake pointed ears. Like what Phil has.
Okay, while they're doing that, I'll cast Sending to tell Q that we're going to be on our way shortly.
All right.
We were just making last-minute preparations.
All right, I'll set a guard to expect them.
You send a guard to
Hopefully.
expect them without an issue or care in the world, because obviously they weren't the people that kidnapped children. It was this other group.
I mean, it technically was.
Yes, technically. However, unbeknownst to you, the guard does travel around, and they do see a particular amount of more and more guards around the area. While it does seem more or less like they're just simply watching the area, they are, in fact, looking for individuals as they're looking towards people in groups, scanning them, and then coming up to them at one point or another with a robotic voice, some of them, and others in humanoid tones, but always in a group, not individually. If they've seen people that are on this poster, at one point or another, they do give the poster to the said guard, and they have it on their person. As they meet your team on the other side, I am assuming you casting teleportation in the same area.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually. Is there something you're doing before that?
Well, once everyone's disguised and ready to go.
Oh yeah, Zold is more or less the best he's gonna do. Everyone else has magic.
And once we've given enough time for the guard to reasonably get to the teleportation circle to wait for us.
Time passes and the guard eventually arrives there. You can tell based off of, I believe you made Q's home the hideout. It would take maybe 30 minutes to get to the point A to point B. So you wait that time, and then you're ready to go. After the said time, you manage to get to the other side, and a guard is there with a missive from the Quincy family to allow you access to point A to point B. But you are not allowed to make any pit stops on the way. Otherwise, the Bishop Estate would be held responsible for anything you buy, purchase, steal, mutilate, etc., etc. Does anyone try to, leave your babysitter?
No?
Zold shrugs.
Well, Ray won't.
Marthos?
Sorry. What was that?
Do you leave the tender embrace of the babysitter that has come out to greet you, or do you follow along and go to Q's house?
Going to Q's house with everyone?
Okay, it's all I need to know, in case you actually did something that would get you caught. Wind back over here. Oh, actually, everyone's going to meet you on the surface, so I'm just going to drag you and her to the top. So, winding back to here? I think it was here. Yes. Oh, you're already here. Paste. Delete. And it comes forward without too much of an issue, and looking towards you, she does say, "Oh, Q, is everything all right?"
Well, yeah, the prince is gonna, our current ruler is going to. Remind me his name. Sorry.
It's fine. Honestly, just saying the current ruler would indicate who it is. He's not technically the king.
Yeah,
but,
I feel like Q's on more of a
first name basis.
First name basis with the way his attitude is and the way he responded and stuff. So it's like she's gonna.
Yeah. Sorry.
Tasmar. Prince Tasmar is gonna be running doing a ball tonight for the families.
Oh, that would explain the missive I received earlier today. I mean, I get these all the time. I never really go to them. I
It's
suppose I can
basic.
go to this one.
It's basically I'm trying to meet all the heads to. I know most of the families know me, but I'm
I mean, they
basically-
know of you.
well, that's what I meant. I'm basically wanting to establish appearances, if you will, of willingness to work and better accommodate my new position. You know what I mean? Do you understand?
I suppose I understand.
No, I don't understand. I've never been in nobility.
Not talking to you, Hunt. Shut up. It's basically to help me with some things, to establish faces with names.
I understand.
I need help.
Okay.
I don't know what to wear to things like this.
She gets a slight twinge in between her eyebrows, indicating the horrors of shopping with Zen.
And
But she does, through gritted
the only
teeth.
person I know that knows how to like do outfits, she's currently not here yet.
Through gritted teeth, she does state, I suppose I can help. Or, how about I lend you a dress?
I assume she's not the same size as me.
I can have it tailored.
Yeah, I'll see. I don't know. I've just never been one to wear dresses.
Then we can go shopping. Sometime later today, I do need to make sure that the kids are fed during lunch, and then I can meet you after.
That's fine. Sorry.
It's fine. She does come over towards you, takes out what appears to be a booklet, with red pieces of paper. Here, I'm assuming you use the other one. You can use this one to contact me when you're ready.
Alright.
Is there anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright, I see that you're remodeling.
Yeah, it's coming
Did you get the
along.
proper permits for this?
The prince, Tasmar, sent them.
I mean, that's fine, but you need to also make sure that the HOA is also involved.
I'm sure he did that.
Well, there's the prince's ruling, and then there's them.
Oh, it's fine.
Out of game, it is
I don't
fine.
like the idea of a fantasy homeowners association.
No, it's a joke. Out of game, it's fine. Don't worry about it. There's actually no HOA. I just wanted to make the joke.
Horrible joke.
Ray. Can we take like 5 minutes? I need to step away.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
So, I'm just gonna move over to you guys if that's fine, or do you want to also take 5 minutes?
I can take 5 minutes, pour another drink.
Yeah, no problem.
Fine, either way.
Then let's take 5. This time I don't actually be here. I'm pretty sure that some of you guys are also keening in on what exactly is going on. If you're not, well, that's fair.
It's all your fault.
I mean, technically, I did write this thing.
Well, when we fail and everyone dies and, the apocalypse happens, we can blame you.
I mean, you can. It just wouldn't be correct because I don't decide your choices. I'm just surprised they met your graveyard friend so soon.
Well, the moment you started talking that she knew about the terrors and all these creatures coming through, it's like, yeah, I can't. I can hide her identity, but I can't hide this power that she has. That's too dangerous.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Morthos likes to hide stuff and likes keeping secrets, but he's not going to endanger his friends over said secrets like certain others have done. Me, as a person, I'm an asshole. Morthos is not. He's actually very nice.
It's me, your boy.
Okay, you still have 3 minutes, so enjoy those sips.
Oh, some big sips coming in. Some ASMR sips. You ready?
No. But yeah.
Fucking leave.
Was that?
You fucking left. Look, my career as a professional ASMR is just now taking off.
It sounded like it went down the tubes pretty quick.
Don't you mean up the tubes?
Down the pipes, really.
Yeah.
Both, I suppose.
Tomato, tomato, it's all the same.
Depends on the sauce.
Boo!
Ha
That was horrible.
You already know I make terrible jokes.
You're banned from making any more jokes for the rest of the night.
No.
Session is over then.
Pretty much. I mean, we still have like an hour. But yeah.
So you're saying that his entire campaign is just a joke?
I'm
Presumably.
saying a lot of his characters are.
Most of his characters are just horny bitches.
To be fair, Oni 12.
And what was your first character on Phantasy Star?
A human.
You lie.
The first one I was going to pick, though, that is another story. I eventually did pick that character, but it was my second character. 1 minute to go. But besides that, only 12, and most of the rest were human or others. But the ratio is very skewed.
A dogma.
Yes.
You're gay.
I don't think so. But people
Oh,
have
that's
told
not
me
good.
this before.
What, Hunts?
I don't think that's how that works.
What do you mean?
Being attracted to horny bitches does not equal gay. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's the opposite.
Well, unless he is one.
Might be a horny bitch, but I don't think he's the right type of horny bitch.
Ray just coming out of nowhere with that.
Am I
I
wrong?
don't think we were supposed to roast the DM.
I mean, you can.
I don't know if that's ever good
We-
for a party's health.
I
We
mean, they
do
will
it
know
every
why
week.
PK happened.
Morthos is right. You've done it every week. And I have yet to TPK everyone. I mean, I almost did it once, but that was by accident.
That Kraken had it coming.
Honestly, I would say that I don't think a Dogma would TPK us. It would be Zold.
I don't know. He seems more interested in just taking himself out.
Those are my roles. I can do nothing about those.
Look, Zold's just doing Zold. I don't know why you're trying to mess with his vibe.
I didn't know Suicide Bomber was a vibe.
It is if you try hard enough.
And if you're the right class.
Which is apparently Ranger of all things. Who'd have thought?
My mind was on
Cerulean
Wizard.
know he's after them virgins?
What was that?
Does Cerulean know he's after them virgins?
Presumably not. I don't think she'd approve.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. That's been like 5 minutes. Q, you here? I guess not. I'll just have you guys be in town. When they get back, they get back. Oops. Almost stepped on my cat. So,
I
entering...
hear they don't like that.
Surprisingly enough, all he did was stretch. I have a weird cat. But besides that, entering to the city, the babysitter gets you here. You're at the gate, and well, Q is just getting ready, pampering themselves. You're literally just at the gate. Ray, you're not wrong. I'm pretty sure everyone says that. Oh no, I forgot to get rid of Morthos. To make context of that in language, there is a phantom token of Morthos that I can't get rid of in this account.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back. They're outside of your gate, so whenever you want to meet them, they're there.
they can just walk in. I tell the guards that I come out. I seize. Well, I recognize the forms of all but Zold, don't I? Unless my perception allows me to see through his disguise.
Zold has a mustache now. Everyone else looks different. In fact, there's a new person there. But you've seen most of these disguises before.
Hi guys.
We need to talk.
Follow me.
It was Zold's fault.
What?
Nothing.
You're the one that found her.
I'll stop right here and look to see if I see one of the robots.
You see one of the robots.
I'll call him over and ask how much longer does he think?
It will take 1, 4, 9, 8. 1 hour, 45 minutes.
Okay.
49
Alright.
minutes. Yeah. You know what? It
Proceed.
actually has been a lot longer than that, so it's like an hour left.
Alright. I'll lead them inside, and is the passageway still open for downstairs?
You could have it closed when you left.
Yeah, it would have closed. And they hadn't gotten to that yet, have they?
No, they're they're finishing up the outer exterior, and then going to work on this, but they have yet to do it.
Alright, I'll point Zold where to stand, Ray and Morthos. And then I'll step on the last one, but before I do, I tell everybody, as soon as I step here, you hear a noise, you back up. And then I'll, no Cerulean, no new person.
When you say that, she just moves over, but she goes, glad you're taking the new person so easily.
With what we do, it's nothing new.
Fair enough.
and then
Alright, until she
I'll
sees
s-
that surprise.
I'll step on the thing and then immediately back up once I feel recognition of it activating. Because
Oh, okay.
I've gone through this before, and I told them as soon as I basically say, if I move, y'all move, get off the platform. And then I'll say, before I step on, I'll say, Ray, this is the magic circle. You can look at it later. And then
Okay.
Very well.
You step on the magic circle. Like before, you're easily able to step off. Unless you're an automaton and told to specifically stay on the exact spot and not move, you can easily step to the side and it won't immediately crush you. Unfortunately, you were speaking with a metal construction. So it took its directions literally. But no one died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Delete. Paste.
We need to try that.
what, debate?
No, put someone on that lift. Use hold person or something on them, and then activate it.
Right. I'll lead them down into this little area. Welcome to my office.
Your office.
Well, the subsection of my office.
Morthos Ray, you see a fighting ring. Weird office.
This is just the entertainment area. Let's step into my office.
Vic?
Mustache Man?
I'll remove the clever disguise, revealing that I am in fact Zold.
Zold? When did you grow a mustache? Looks great.
I did. It's fake.
I don't think so.
Still the same, Wick.
Everyone
Oh,
make a
hello,
mental-
farmer.
Needs to get his eyes checked.
I will drop the disguise.
Morthos? When did you start farming?
Wick, did you get hit in the head?
No! I don't speak with a lot of people that often.
Kill any siblings recently?
Would him getting hit in the head even do anything?
It might dent it. But no.
I take it you guys know Wick?
We've met.
Yes, a while ago. And Ray goes back to looking at the books on the shelf.
You see
No,
half the
thank you.
bookshelf gone.
Yeah, I've already personalized taken some books and keeping them on my person.
Basically, with
I've-
there's like storybooks, like ancient lore books that you may or may not already know, if I want to be perfectly honest. Mathematical algorithm books, mathematical magic books, like the basis of magic and how to acquire said possibility, but not everyone's able to read it or discern. You would imagine he was
Ray,
not.
And I'll pull out the book that you said, if I remember correctly, you said it felt weird.
Yes.
And I'll hold it up for Ray and motion for her to come here. Take a look at this if you don't mind. It feels different than a normal book.
Alright. Thank you. And I'll take the book and examine it.
Yeah, I found Wick here just living in the sewers. And decided to let him come stay here. He seemed nice enough.
He's a bit of a strange character, but
To be
I
fair, I
noticed
was
that.
hiding. I didn't plan to stay there.
besides
I mean-
all of the patricide, deicide, not deicide, but matricide, besides all the sides, I think he's alright.
That's the other way
but-
around. They're trying to kill me. I just retaliate in return.
It's still family murder.
You're not wrong.
So, I'll tell you what, you can stay here as long as you want. As long as you're in this household, no one will, should bother you.
Just nods. He thought that
Uh,
was the entire situation beforehand, but great
No,
to have
I'm
it
just-
reinforced.
I couldn't remember that if I had told him that or not.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah,
me-
yeah.
That was me saying I couldn't remember because it's been 2 weeks or so.
It's been a
and
spell,
I've-
yeah.
Yeah, and it's been a week in
Mhm.
of itself. Right. Yeah. So the like I told you, there's the ball that's going to happen tonight. Basically me meeting the other families. Establishing myself as the head of the new head of the bishop family. I'm trying to quell some waters, and I'm gonna throw a blank, like a not really a important book at Ray's head to make her pay attention.
You throw a picture book.
Oh yeah, I'm throwing it. I'm not. That wasn't just a funny statement. So do I need to roll something to see if I can hit her?
Unless Ray's actively trying to fight against a book, you'll probably just hit her.
Can I shoot with an Eldritch Blast?
I'm going to assume a book doesn't have an AC of greater than 10, so get a 10 or above and you hit a book out of the air.
Yeah.
You burn a book in the air in front of Ray's face. Ray turns for a moment, afraid that the book she has in hand will catch fire.
Actually, Eldritch Blast is force damage, so it kind of exploded.
There's an exploding book that doesn't make it any better in front of Ray's face. She palms the book closer to her chest in case this one was to blow up as well. A few seconds later, nothing
What
happens.
was that for?
Pay attention.
Don't
You
throw
told me to
stuff.
check this book out.
I know, not later. At the moment, this is important.
We'll see.
We're about, or at least I'm about to. I need some help, guys. Like, this is serious.
We all need some help there, Hugh.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a lot of trouble.
What did you guys do?
Nothing yet.
You can say that.
I
You
mean,
weren't stuck where I was.
this is her house. We can probably hear her part of it, and then get to your guys' problem. I mean, I know Morthos and Zold, and they're cool. I don't know this woman, or this one, or the. There's a lot of women in your group. Nothing wrong with that. It's just the ratio's off.
I think it's funny how Zold and Morthos are the only male characters in the group now.
It could be that way sometimes.
They be that way.
But yeah, so gonna be attending that tonight, guys.
And what's the significance of this?
Well, I'll then explain to them the names I found of dealings that my father did in this room, and how this is basically to find and get eyes on the families that are in the list, and of course other things like important information and stuff.
That's a good idea. Well enough as it is. However, Paula, well, it's not a fake name. Shar, here. She can sense the tears. How I can sense portals, but she can do it ahead of schedule, as it were.
Right.
Um,
Who is she?
it's Marthos' friend that he met in the graveyard.
Right. Graveyard. Got it.
Yeah. I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it myself.
When you say that, Wick says, "Why not? There's often a lot of spirits that don't pass on that you can make great friends with."
No, the bit about sensing portals before they appear.
Oh yeah, that I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I figured.
I mean, I can dimension door to places, but not the portal thing. Portal thing's new. Oh, sorry, planar travel.
Yeah, Wick, you're cool and all. I don't think you're part of this, though.
Probably not.
You're more than welcome to stay. But yeah, Wick, interruptions, 2 minimum.
Begins to drink his tea.
So we were hoping that we might be able to use her ability to find the exact location within the aqueducts of what's going on here, as it were.
Okay. That said, Keel turned us in. Fancy going shopping with me a little later?
She heard Zold say keep the disruption to a minimum, so just frantically, but doesn't say anything. Yes.
I don't have a dress.
You can tell within her eyes she is excited.
Okay. Think we handle this thing tonight, then we worry about the aqueduct stuff.
When you mentioned that, Paula does state, ever since we got into town, there has been a sensation I've been feeling here. It's continuing on as if a headache within the area. It's not ready to burst or erupt, but it's constantly here.
Oh, we kind of figured something like that then, though.
Can you tell its direction?
I can just tell that it's further northeast, but I need to get closer to get more exact details.
How close is it to bursting, so to speak?
I'm not exactly sure. There seems to be something else trying to keep it at bay. But I don't know what that is. It just feels like something is blocking it. Like it's pressing on something else when it itself is trying to break through. Like when you're trying to smash through a window, but there are also bars in the way. You might be able to smash the window, but the bars will keep you not to go through it?
I think I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
none of the NPCs talk because you told them not to. But Paula/Shar does state, so you probably have time to do this, but I would make sure to get as much connections or as information that you have already and try to piece things together as soon as possible. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Yeah, me either! So, according to her, you do have the night and probably tomorrow morning to do things, but after that, she's not exactly sure how long the terror that is trying to form will last. Or how long it won't last. So are you guys gonna go shopping?
No.
Ray, what have you? I've noticed you've not been paying attention this whole time. So what have you found out about that book?
Can I cast detect magic on it?
You can detect magic on it, cast it, or ritually cast it.
I'll just ritually cast that.
That's fine. You weren't paying attention to the conversation. Well, you probably overheard a few things, but don't have general guidelines. But through that conversation, you do ritually cast. You can tell that there's magic about, but it is basically magic to try to hold something in the book. Not like a demon, not like an ancient curse. More like trying to hold knowledge in there.
You gonna identify it?
Well, first I'll, yeah, I suppose I'll cast Identify on it.
Casting Identify, you can tell that this is an enchanted book that is able to house within its own scope, as long as you're able to see the actual images brought about to you. With True Sight, Devil Sight, you would be able to read the book known as The Language of Deep Speech. Normally, this language isn't capable or possible of being written down or housed this way, which means someone went through the lot of trouble to get it and make sure it stayed in this book. If you normally pick it up, it just seems like a blank book that you could probably write notes in it here and there, to and fro. But as soon as the individual dies that wrote inside the book, the language, words, or sentences that were written inside of it from said individual would decay and break away, leaving only the deep speech language in its place.
Alright then. Well, you gotta go pick up that hammer. Gotta go find a dress.
Yeah.
Anything you guys need to do?
I need to see what books are in this place's libraries.
I think I might take Shar around some locations and see if we can't get a better read on where this portal might be, just in the meantime.
Alright.
You can always check the sewers.
Yeah, I'll get up and go over to the bookcase, and open up the passage that lead into the sewers.
You get up, open it, and Zold, you assume this leads to the sewers?
Just, I guess. I wasn't going to check it right away. Check the sewers right away. I had a few other places in mind.
No, I mean, I'm just letting you know that there's a entrance here.
Very well.
And at one point, when the robots are done, the entrance to down here should be able to be opened by one person instead of 4.
Excellent, excellent. Something to keep in mind then, for sure.
Yeah, but Zen, you ready to go shopping?
Yeah. Just us, or are we bringing along anyone else? Looking at the group to see if anyone else wants to go shopping.
I thought just me and you could go.
Oh, that's fine. A little disappointed that no one else wanted to go shopping.
You know what? Q regret that decision.
I guess I can't remember. Your character probably didn't hear what Q said to Zen a few nights ago, so yeah.
I am the one with the lowest passive perception.
Yeah, so you probably didn't hear.
Okay. Zen, Q, shopping. Go ahead, Q.
Hold on. Sorry, I started to yawn as soon as I started to say something. Yeah, we'll go and grab the hammer first, then we'll go shopping for the clothes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, can I have Peep back now?
Oh, right, and I'll
I think you put him in
start
your bag.
looking Honestly, a dogma, I don't know where I put him.
He
Jesus.
escaped.
Roll history.
He's at the orphanage, eating the children.
He's no longer in your pocket, but you do remember that someone did visit you and did make mention that they were going to feed children.
Fuck. He's probably at the orphanage, Marthos. He got out.
Remind me to never let me babysit my children.
You
Hey,
are
children are
irresponsible.
Children are different. He just like he just disappeared.
You are irresponsible. And with that, I'm leaving.
Okay. Well, let's see here. Heading towards the orphanage, heading towards shopping. Ray, where are you heading towards? Other than books.
Well, first she's gonna see if there are any interesting books in this library.
Currently, the books that are left are a half-broken, sounds weird, book of children's stories, a lore book about heroic epic adventures, the whole swashbuckling, fable tales, whatever language books that Q left, I think.
I took Celestial, Undercommon, and there was one other one I can't
Primordial?
remember. Elvish.
Okay, so then Primordial, Abyssal, or left.
Oh, I didn't know Abyssal was.
Oh wait, sorry, not
there.
Abyssal. Sorry. Did you say you took Sylvan?
No, I didn't take Sylvan because I already
Sylvan.
know how to speak Sylvan.
Sorry, Abyssal's in a different location.
Search the house.
Most of the rest of the bookshelf has been cleaned, or the books I mentioned before, mathematical advantages of math, mathematical advantages of magic that could be integrated into one's own being, but unless you actually have the potential to use magic, it's basically useless to you. And then like monotonous books, a lot of sea romance stories though.
Moby Dick is my favorite sea romance story.
Gotta crack it in that you tried to get eaten by.
Okay.
I don't think that's quite what the relationship was between Ahab and Moby Dick.
I mean, you don't know.
Well, don't forget that story was altered in this world. Thanks to us.
Right.
A lot of explosions. But besides that, Zold, where are you heading off to?
I am gonna take Shar and Cerulean, and we're actually going to go to the brothel that Cerulean's sister owns, and where I saw the original manifestation of the eye monster.
Okay. Should be interesting. I think it'll be her first brothel. Should be fun. So let's go with Q and Zen. Let's see here. Shopping.
Hammer.
Oops, most of you are outside of the building. Actually, I can just get rid of the ones that are in here and then just leave the rest.
Oh yeah, it would have been a new day, so the boars and rats are gone too. The boars and rat.
Yeah, plus you left them at the church. So these would have been gone
No,
anyways.
they would have followed me.
Okay. So, entering into the area, you do find yourself that not without an issue, not without a care. Well, you are, as you do have to now deal with politics. Zen in her tiefling form, because she has not yet learned not to be a tiefling. Plus, she was in here as a tiefling, so it'd be weird not to. Walks in with you. Bob, looking towards you, then states, sorry, I yawned there. Oh, I don't believe you gave me your name.
Yeah, I did. Bishop.
Don't think so. You gave me like some sort of letter moniker. Don't really know what it means. You gave him
Q.
Q.
No, I did tell him I was the head of the Bishop family.
Yeah, you don't know if he believed you. Or did not care. Probably didn't care. But he does state. Right, do you have your, paper? Basically your receipt. You would, unless you, like, somehow lost it.
Like you lost Pete. But also finish coughing up your lung.
Yeah. Take your time.
Hello, there we go. Mike's working again. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll hand him the receipt.
right then. Let's see here. You wanted it change into a hammer. Can you remind me which kind of hammer?
Just a base.
Okay.
I can't use warhammers. Or mauls.
Okay. Da, 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 da. Oh, oops, that is the wrong mace. Here we go. He comes back. I should probably bring him back. Comes back with a wrapped up mace-like device and goes, "All right, I believe you paid for this already." Looks at the
Yes.
receipt. Yes, you did. Here is your mace, and here is the card. He gives you a business card.
Alright.
Come back to me whenever you have any mace-related inquiries, or if you have someone else that's willing to spend as lucrative as your team. That's what your weapon now does.
I'm gonna edit it. So I don't get any of the aura parts from Avenger.
You I couldn't really find a way to. Basically, I found a mace that would have most of the other attributes. But you could use and activate. Well, I'm gonna say like twice a day, a 30-foot aura of holy energy that deals 2d10 radiant damage. That refills on a long rest.
He said,
2 charges of 2d10 holy damage in a 30-foot radius of radiant damage that refills on a long rest. Can be casted as a bonus action. This is considered a magical ability / property. So if you do use this, you can't use a spell. Unless it's like specifically states that you can use a spell. If this isn't to your liking, I can always increase it or change it back to the item you had before. He looks at the receipt. Holy Avenger. Should only take about a day.
I might be back. I'll test it out later.
Fine by me.
I'll look to Zenith and shall we go shopping now?
She is excited. Yeah. Sally then states, I mean, if you want, is there something specific you're shopping for? I could probably make it.
Dresses.
What was that?
I said, Q just gives the most monotone response of dresses.
Oh, okay. Oh, I mean, it's been a while since I've sewn. The, Bob then just whispers, doesn't whisper. No, keep upselling them. I'm pretty sure you got them in the ropes. But I could probably do something. Do you need it, like, enchanted with magical aura?
No, I've got to attend a ball that, the ruler is having tonight.
Oh, so you just need to look pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's all, I could probably get it done within the hour.
I might be back. We might be back. Alright, and then Q will turn to Zenith and shall we?
Yeah.
And then we'll leave.
Okay, you just leave. Bob in the background goes, well, you tried upselling them. I mean, I didn't get accepted into the guild, but it was still pretty good. Sometimes you miss, sometimes you don't. To be perfectly honest, I think your magical properties are better suited to a underground mage shop. We're not underground, though. Well, some of our clientele are hush-hush. Tiffany, that you've spoken with before, well, yeah, you or your team have spoken with before, simply states, you know you're not that subtle. Huh? And you head out.
Basically, Q's motives are, it's a date.
Yeah, I assumed. But Sally was just trying to upsell you.
Yeah.
Oops. Getting rid of most of the team. For some reason, Morthos isn't a part of the team.
Yay.
So. Oh, I know what happened. I deleted your token and now I have a Phantom Morthos token.
Right.
Morthos making his second appearance of the night.
So, Martha, you come in and see practically no one except for a woman that seems familiar?
Can you skip me for a moment? I'm
Sure.
having coffee fit.
Brothel.
I see they are doing some renovating on the second floor.
My map got deleted. But entering inside, Zold, I am assuming you're just gonna have Cerulean's sister be called down, or do you want to go up there?
She can come down. It doesn't really matter a whole lot.
Okay. You get to the second floor without too much of an issue. Entering inside, it's a little awkward. Thankfully enough, it's super early morning, and in the store hours, they are not open at the store hours. Mainly because part of this establishment is a bar, and the bar isn't currently open. The brothel technically is, but to hide themselves, most people just don't go in, or else they know exactly what you're there for. But Zen's sister is there.
You mean Cerulean?
Cerulean's sister is there. Zen's sister is still in Roanoke. Both of them. Presumably, yeah. Let's see here. I believe she was at the Bishop Estate. Yes, she was. Copy. And paste. Unfortunately enough for her, her retainers aren't here, mainly because they actually had to go to school, but she doesn't until a few hours from now. She is still a diligent student. But noticing you returning, she does come over.
Greetings, ma'am. Who I have no prior association with.
No one is here.
Right. And why would we speak any different if someone was here? We have no prior associations, save for my patronage of your establishment.
That's a little weird, but okay.
Fucking with you.
Huh. I can never tell. Mainly because this is the second time we've only spoken. In the most deadpan voice. But she does state. So, no, I think you said you were now married. Husband
Yes.
of my sister. What do I owe the honor of you coming here? Is this woman here going to join our establishment? Are you trying to recruit her into this line of work? She seems, looks her up and down, capable of handling herself, I suppose.
I assure you, I think it would be a lot of teeth and you'd hear a lot of complaints.
You'd be surprised how many people liked biters. But I'll take your word for it.
I'm just going to leave that one as it be. No, just came to and I saw that vision.
Yes. What about it?
This woman here, she's a little bit of an expert in these kinds of things, I guess you could say. So I wanted her to see it.
I suppose. I guess I'll have to write this glyph myself instead of having her cast it, but that should be fine. 10 minutes later, she finishes writing a script down on the ground. It appears that she definitely can't do the illusionary script that the other person could, at least not as well. But she does write it down quickly enough, and after a while, you do see the image once more. For some reason, I cannot find it, but you do see it again. I'm just going to use this as a makeshift. It is not a beholder, but it is close enough.
Yeah, it's eyes, right?
Yeah, it's
Basically,
eyes.
And I'll turn to Shar. Do you feel anything?
It definitely does feel like the thing that's trying to break through. It
Can you
has
tell where it's coming from?
The biggest near tear, from what I can tell, is further into the east section of where we are at now. Cerulean Sister does state, you mean the canal system? Probably. I'm not from the city. But, from what I can tell, that is the biggest tear I can feel so far. I don't know if it's the very big thing I can sense, but it's definitely something big.
Let's see. I was hoping to not have to go to the canal or the aqueducts, but I suppose we'll have to. That's all we needed. Thank you
Alright.
for having us.
Sure. I still have like another hour and a half before class. Is there anything else you need from my establishment? The bar is currently closed, but I do have a few girls on call and a few guys.
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Alright. If you need me, I'll be looking over my class magic books. And she goes over back to her study desk. Right now, she's reading documents on druidic magic and the properties of nature. She doesn't seem like a druid, though. Did you guys head out?
Yeah. Start heading east towards the canals and the aqueduct.
Heading towards the east in the canal aqueduct system. On the way there, Shar does state, to be specific though, I just didn't want to say this in front of the other person. This thing that she showed us, it felt connected, but it didn't seem like the main source, if you understand what I'm saying. It's like part of it, but not the body.
Kind of like an arm or a leg.
Something like that, yeah.
I see. And you think that the main body is in the canal?
She
Or
shakes her
think
head
that the
no.
rest of the arm is simply at the canal.
It's like it's behind the doorway, but I can't sense it. And if I would probably try, I would probably need to make a tear to feel it, and well, then I would see or maybe feel anything else around me. It just doesn't seem like one entity, but a part of a greater entity. How should I explain? Well, there is a story where I come from where harbingers of death come in before a great devil abomination comes. They go out, proclaim that so-and-so is going to take you over before they arrive. I think they call them harbingers.
Hello.
Hello.
let's pinpoint this location, and then we'll worry about the rest to come.
She nods. Orphanage bar. Blah blah blah. Only one woman here. Morthos.
I'm going to walk up to her. Excuse me?
Oh, Morthos. How are you?
I'm doing well. Where is everyone?
Oh, she gets up from the table. Anna's currently taking the kids to go to the public restrooms and shower. Or bathe. I don't really know how kids clean themselves.
Have you seen the yellow slime creature that was with me?
Oh, the little, I think he was a ball when we saw him. Yeah.
Where did you see him?
Oh, behind the counter where the food is.
Oh,
He kind of fell out of Anna's pocket when she came back in and took care of the kids. I thought he might have been your familiars and you sent him here to speak with us.
he's kind of like a familiar, more like a pet. We need to find him now.
Oh, I mean, he's been there for like an hour. I'm sure he's fine.
Oh, no. I'm running.
You run in and easily find him. He's kind of doing like that kid thing where they know there's food over the counter, so they reach for it, but they can't see over the counter. However, they do have like plates empty all around them.
Peep. That's enough.
Looking at you, he just comes over and hugs your leg. He's, for some reason, still in his small form, even though he's not compressed anymore.
Did he shrink again?
No, for some reason, he's just this size.
He's evolving.
This woman that still looks the same, but, well, still looks familiar, but not the same, comes over. Did you find him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I should probably tell Anna to make sure that nothing comes out of her pockets again.
I left him with someone that was very irresponsible with his care.
I mean, if they're part of this city, most of the time people don't take care of the children that well. So I can understand that happening.
So how many plates do I see on the floor empty?
Only 7.
Only 7. I'm going to take out 5 gold and leave it there.
Oh, I'm sure Anna would be fine with it. She does pay for the expenses of the children. And I don't think he's an adult. At least, not yet.
He still ate a lot. And it's just... Let's just say last time that happened, he went through a drastic change.
Okay. As soon as you say change, quite literally just the word change, he pops back up into a medium-sized creature. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Now he can see the food and is level with it. He doesn't go for
I
it, to be specific. He just can now see it. Oh, well, I'll make sure that, well, I don't want him to starve, but I'll make sure that he don't eat too much next time.
yeah. Let's hope so.
Oh.
Smells the entire fridge.
By the way, did you, speak with Anna? She said she was gonna speak, had a meeting with, Miss Q. I just didn't know if I needed to pick up the kids from the bathhouse, or she was gonna come back here and drop them off.
I have not seen her. And I know Q is currently shopping.
You can tell, like, her eyes gloss over. Oh. And that's all she says.
Yeah, she's shopping with Zen.
I know who this is.
Yes, you now know who this is now. She's now wearing the outfit that was bought, but yeah, you now know who this person is.
Yeah. I just want to see if there's, like, terror in her eyes when I mention Zen shopping.
You see no emotion. You see life itself just leave her eyes.
That looks about right. Anyway. Yeah. No.
We found Ray's type.
Slimes. Ghost slimes. But no. She does
No,
state
Monster Girls.
Monster Girl slimes. Refine it as much as possible. But no. She does state, okay. Well, I probably won't be joining. I do need to go and rehearse with the new band that came to town. Some of them just showed up 2 weeks before they needed to. And I wanted to see, well, to be specific, I wanted to scope out the competition.
Just be careful.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine, unless they're a band of bandits. I'm pretty sure everyone will be okay.
I'm not talking about the bands.
Oh, the missing people. Well, so far nothing has happened yet, but, unfortunately last night one of our kids did go missing.
Which one?
It's the one that your group was talking with. The drow, boy. His friend went missing around that same night as well. And hearing this, he went to go and try to save them, I think. You can tell that she's getting a little teary-eyed. We're not sure if he was taken, but we can't find him.
I'm going to contact everyone on my bracelet and explain that to them.
Okay. She does state, after we heard that, a lot of the kids then began to cry out. And for some reason, after yesterday, 5 more people went missing.
And I'm going to explain that one.
Okay.
I can
Good.
ask, and see if they know. I can ask my friend and see if they know where they're at.
That is super vague. Which friend?
Who do I call when I use commune?
Mainly that one, assistant
That's
of your god.
In Q's mind, they're an asset.
Yeah, basically. They give you advice, but it's double-handed.
Mm-hmm.
It's good advice,
If
but
you
it's
want-
double-handed.
If you... What the heck?
That seems
was
like a
just supposed to
script.
be- It was just supposed to be a response image. I don't know what happened.
You posted
Probably.
Data image JPEG base 6490 JA444982. I'm just making this up at this point. Is what Zold says to you. But yeah. That, she explains to Morthos about the missing drow child and the wailing children. Well, crying, but wailing's another way of crying.
Oh, that's what that message was that you got the other day.
So, anyway, relaying all this information to them as, Zold, what would that be? That would be, can't even think.
A what?
Anyway,
I don't know where you're going with this either, actually.
my brain is just like on shutdown because I've cut out caffeine. So that's another reason I'm super tired.
That's
So I
fair.
apologize.
We're probably gonna wrap up after, I was about to say Zay. Ray. Scene.
Now you're combining Zold's name with another character's name.
Okay, to be specific, I looked at Ray's tag name in Roll20. Next to them is Zold.
So now we have Zold, Zorthos, and Zay.
Yes.
Good job, dog. But no, I would tell them to try and stay on the lookout for the Drow Boy while they're all out and about.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably have Peep shrink down so I can pick him up and carry him.
Do you tell him that, or do you just try to press him again?
No, I'd ask him to shrink down.
He shrinks down and just jumps in your pocket.
And then I'm going to head out and kind of wander around for a little bit.
All right. While you're wandering, she kind of accidentally goes the same way you do, but she splits off midway. And she goes into a quaint, well, not quaint, because it is a rather large building. A nice large building that almost seems more like a jazz club than anything else, known as the Silver Tallowed Inn. Oh wait, sorry, that's the wrong one. Named the Inker's Quill. I think I spelled it wrong, but whatever.
I mean, it's however you want to spell it. It's your world.
It's Inkers and the word quill.
Quill.
I assumed, but I wanted to spell it phonetically, and I failed.
But yeah, so that's what I'll be doing.
Okay, and we'll go towards Ray. Hideout, Zen, shop, orphan bar, lab, orphanage, castle. By the way, lab, orphanage is not a map. It's just next to each other.
Well, we already know they're experimenting on kids there.
Again, you really don't have concrete proof.
They admitted it.
They admitted to having them use their abilities and nothing else. But as you're investigating Ray, this fire wax sprite turns towards you. So, find anything good?
Not really, unless you're into children's books.
I am.
Ray will hand over the children's book to him.
All right. He grabs the book, not like wrestles it from you. You probably don't care, maybe. Opens it up, and he does seem to read a passage of 7 ancient deities formed from the path of iron and brimstone, coming about and destroying the world. However, one group of lone heroes managed to destroy them before anything could transpire. Oh, I love this classic. There's Dad. Oh, and then he died. He then looks towards you. So, this is gonna sound awkward, but this story did remind me. You have any, like, family in town you want to visit? Like, before everything goes down? Because you might want to.
No, I do not. I'm afraid I do not know my...
Oh! Do you want to? Because I don't.
I suppose if I had the chance, though, I have plenty of other things to learn and fill my time with.
That seems fair and true. I mean, you have yet to explore the sewer system. You probably don't care about the sewer system. Or the vast hideouts that are underground, especially this one that I found that has to do with a lot of drugs and importing and exporting. They don't just bring stuff in.
No, that doesn't really seem particularly interesting either.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the most interesting thing that they imported the other day was a whole bunch of bananas. It was weird. There was like an entire wagon of them. That's a lot of protein. I mean, unless you're doing something specific, you don't really need that much potassium.
No, I am more interested in East Holmes and whatever knowledge I can find.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that deep speech one is very interesting.
Yes, I'll need to prepare my true sight spell in order to really look into it.
I mean, do you want me to just let you share my eyes? No, let me share with you my eyes.
What are the side effects of that?
Burning sensation for a while. No lasting permanent effects. I just can't see through Devil Sight for the extended amount of time you have them.
Oh, well, that would make things easier.
Okay, let out your right hand or left. I don't know what hand you're most dominant with.
Do you need my dominant hand?
Oh, I just need to make a point connection. It can be like your left shoulder, your left boot.
Ray will just hold out her right hand.
Yeah, that's the most common practice. He then brings out his left hand. He is left-handed. And then places his palm upon yours. It's a waxy substance, but like he's not tricking you, you think, into forming a contract with the devil. You think. And then a few seconds later, you now have Devil Sight. Alright, how long do you need it?
Well, it depends on how long it takes me to get through my book, this book, and how long I have until I need to go help. But feel free to take it back if you need it.
I mean, the book you could probably do in about a short rest. Everything else you need to do in town, I have no idea. So, like, say 4 hours? After 4 hours, I'm taking my eyes back.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Right, just don't shoot any fires through them. You can shoot fires through your eyes right now.
Good to know.
You have to
Careful.
think about shooting fires, though, so you're not just gonna randomly shoot them. Just don't think about shooting fire through your eyes.
That is starting to not help.
I'll be quiet. And he, true to his word, keeps quiet.
Then Ray will go and sit down in the nicer chair and get to reading.
With time and preparation, you are able to read with a short rest that book. Thanks to the magical properties of said book, once you have read the entirety of said book, you will have acquired the deep speech language. That being said, once you do, that doesn't mean the book immediately goes away. It just takes a long rest for the book to replenish. But right now, you have a story to read. Wick is currently reading the story of Seven, which is what the book title, that book section is called. Zold, Paula / Shar, Cerulean are heading towards the canal system. Q and Zen are having a nice little date. And one so very Morthos is wandering about town, found a different establishment, and where they wound up, well, we'll just have to find out next time as we end the session for today.